Good morning, everyone. I'll just be with you in a minute or half a minute. Just checking to see if I'm live. I've got a new iPad, so I'm hoping I don't have any problems. Just checking to see if I'm live. I'll go out of that and go back in, and then we're up. Just adjusted the camera all straight nicely. Good morning, everyone. It's Laura here. Just say hi if you're on watching. Good morning, Lorraine Steele. Oh, better turn my volume down. I always forget that one. And my camera's nice and straight. Actually I'll go in a tiny bit more. I can't adjust the camera until I'm actually live because it doesn't allow you to touch it. Good morning, Amanda. Nice to have you on. And Dorothy, Jeannie, Jenny, Beth. Hello, everyone. Wendy. I did have some names written down of people that were commenting this morning on my post, and I'm just hoping they find the live. Looks like a few people have. 7 p.m. Friday. You must be in America somewhere, Louise. Yes, I know, and I know England, it's maybe midnight, early morning, sometime over there. Good morning, Heather and Judy. Nice to have everyone on. I've got a really special one today. Well, one I think is special. I pretty much designed it myself with an envelope that you're going to love, and the envelope is so easy to do. Because it's a little tiny card, you can't always get envelopes to go with it. Good morning from Norway, May. Nice to have you on. I think it'll be early morning there or midnight, somewhere around there. East coast of the US, Louise, yes. Good morning, Carmel. Patricia Belsey is watching, I know. Gemma, hello, 1 p.m. in New Zealand. Yes, I know you're 3 hours after us. Jeannie, West Virginia. Carmel, hello. I've been chatting to Carmel all week. She's going to attend my workshop next month. Lovely to have. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Carmel. And I've know what I want with my cards, what I'm designing, but I haven't done them yet. I'm going away for a week, and I'll explain all that in a minute. So I'm going to design them while I'm away. Good morning, Brenda from Brisbane. Nice to have you on. Brenda, what side of Brisbane are you on? Are you north or south? I'm on the south. Good afternoon, New Zealand, Marilyn, May. It's 1 hour past midnight in Norway. Yes, I thought it was that round about that time. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Helen. Yeah, I think I've asked you that before, Brenda, but I can never remember where everyone lives. There's so many people in the group, so excuse me if I forget where you're living. I do know a couple of ladies over the north side that they used to come to my workshops, but they no longer do. It's just a bit far to come. I still have a couple of ladies, one in my team that lives at Woody Point. She comes all the way across here to come to my workshops. And good morning, Corinne, Jenny, Debra. Yes, I know where Debra is, north side. Corinne, thanks for sharing, Corinne. I shall get started. I'll mention a couple of things as we go about next week. As you all know, my name's Laura Stranks, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I don't expect everyone in the group to be associated with Stampin' Up!, but that's all I deal in, so bear with me if I harp on Stampin' Up! Products because I love them. I do live in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, so if you have trouble finding where I am or the time that I'm on, I just Google. I know you can go into your time clock thing where your clock is, where you can set your alarms and go world clock. But I did have a look this morning, and there was a lady from Alberta, Canada, wanting to know what time it was. And when I went into the clock, it didn't bring up Alberta, Canada. So not every country, every area is in the clock. So I just Google what if it's this morning at 9 o'clock, just Google what time it is in Australia now, and it will tell you what time it is now. So that's how I do it anyway. And if you're already watching, you'll be in my group, which is Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. Nothing more to say in that group. We're going really well at the moment. Just be aware, don't share any links. I've gone through last night, I was sitting watching TV, and I just went through a few of the comments on different posts, and there was a couple of links shared, but I deleted them. So just be aware, don't share your links. Only that last year we were almost hit by a scammer, so I just stopped sharing links. You're okay to share my YouTube channel or my PDFs, that's fine, because I know where they're coming from, but any other outside links, please don't share. My YouTube channel, if you're not already subscribed, good morning, Kay. Nice to have you on. It's called Creative Gems, and you'll find that if you just go into YouTube and type in Creative Gems, it's got a blue diamond on it. It's easy to find. But if you do want the link, just put a comment up in the group and say please share the link so I can let you know what that is. Christine, good morning. Nice to have you on. What was I going to say? Oh, all the PDFs for these and my YouTube cards are in the Files tab. If you go right up the top of the group, just under the card banner, there's a whole pile of tabs along there. There's a Files tab, that's where all the PDFs are. Some other members in the group, they share their files share their PDFs in there. The live video for these every Saturday morning is pinned into the featured tab, and I also pin the measurements in there partway through the week, so you can find all the details in there if you want to watch the replay later, if you're not watching fully this morning, or if you want to go back and watch the replay, it's in the featured tab. So that's all that little bit for you. Now we'll get on to today's card. I think we've got lots of people on, which is lovely. Feel free to comment. I don't expect everyone to keep up with me this morning, but if you do want me to slow down a little bit, just let me know and I shall show you what we're doing. So I've made this little envelope, and as you can see, it fits the width of the card, so it's not squashed in there. On this one, my sample one, I did put a couple of pieces of tear and tape there, which you can peel the backing off and then stick it shut. But I did see someone the other day with an envelope, and they just did a little tag, which I'm doing with the next one, and it went across there, so you don't have to put that tape there. That can go across there. Just stick it down on the ends and maybe on the bottom if you want to, and then just slot that underneath. It saves you sticking it down permanent, and also not ripping it when they open it. They're not going to rip the cute little envelope that you've made. So that's the idea of that. The one I'm doing this morning, I've put a little greeting on it as well. So I'll show you how to do that, and I've just decorated the front like that. And this is the card. It sits like that. We've got ribbon out the side to hold it shut because it is a little bit bulky. But when you open it up, it's just like that, which is very easy to do. I hope you like it. Sandy, hello. In the evening in Oklahoma. Yes, it is evening over there. Diane, 5, is that, yeah, that'll be 5 p.m. Friday in Arizona. Thank you for that. So that's what we're doing today, and it just folds down into a little square card, and we're going to make the envelope to go in it as well. So we'll get started. I've got all my measurements here, and I'll go through them with you quickly. When I do my YouTube videos, I have all this typed up as well. even though the measurements are in the description box in the video. And then the PDF has the full description and how to assemble your card. So the PDF is a full version. So what we have, we've got our base, which I've used Blackberry Bliss, which is a Stampin' Up! Colour, and it measures 8 by 8. My ribbon is, I've got 2 pieces here. This is a new ribbon. It's a freebie item if you're aware of Stampin' Up! It's Fresh Freesia, and it's one of in the Celebration catalogue. So for every $100 you spend, you can get a free item. That's one of the free items, and I do love that colour. They did have this similar ribbon, I think it was similar to that, in one of the in colours a while back, but it was in, I'm not sure the colour now, but it's really fine. You need a fine ribbon. This one here is nice and fine as well, only because it gets a bit bulky on the side here, and you want to be able to turn it. So I have put preferably soft or thin. You can get nice little fine, or even a cord, like a twine. You could use a twine. So that's the ribbon. Now my front mat, all the mats are the same size. So you've got here 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then there's another 4 here. So all the mats, there's 5 altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I've got 4 for inside and 1 for the front, and that's Fresh Freesia as well. That's those. And then my DSP for the front is 3.5 by 3.5. This is another freebie paper. It's in the Celebration catalogue. There's a pack of 12 by 12 paper you can get for free for every $100 spent. That's $100 Australian dollars. We've done those, and the inside white one, there's 2 of those. I have stamped and decorated. I've got this one here, and I'll show you the stamp sets I used in a minute. And that's your little writing panel where you can write a greeting. They're 3.5 by 3.5. It's the same size as your paper at the front, your cardstock, the patterned paper, and it's just white. My inside patterned paper, we've done those. They're 3.5 by 3.5. Oh, sorry, beg your pardon. These 2 are a little bit smaller, only because you've got them on the diagonal here. And I found doing 3.5, you didn't get the border around, so I've made them a fraction smaller. They're 3 3/8 by 3 3/8, and there's 2 of those. So I'm going to cut those on the diagonal in a minute. And my envelope, I have got this. Now this is, I'll show you the pack. I've got it right here on top. It's a Stampin' Up! Pack as well. It's a little bit thinner than the normal DSP, and it's in the close to my heart. You'll see a tab in there in the order section. It says it's cardstock, but it's a lot thinner, and it's double-sided. It's called two-tone. So when you have a look, it's got a darker side that side and a lighter side that side. And there's a whole pack. I got full packs of, that's all one colour. I've got about 4 or 5 different colours in that, and it's 12 by 12, which is excellent for doing envelopes because it's nice and thin. It's probably about the same thickness as DSP. You don't want cardstock for an envelope. You want something a little bit thinner. So that's that. And scrap cardstock, I'll show you my decorations and all in a minute. So we'll move that aside, and we shall start on the scoring first. Thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Marianne. So this is what we're going to do. It's basically scored into quarters. So this is 8 by 8. You're going to score at 4 inches on any side because it's square that way, 4 inches this way, like so. I'll just show you from here. Now we're going to do the diagonal one. So I've gone top right to bottom left. It doesn't matter which way you go it. So on the point there and the point there, make sure it's on the track. I don't know if I'm probably a little bit off camera. My new iPad, I don't know if it's showing up bigger than normal. I had a 9-inch iPad before, and Tuesday I got an 11-inch, and it's so much faster. I got the top of the range, of course, because I got a good deal on my old one, which I traded in. So now I'm happy. I've just got to wait for a case to put it in. So we're scoring on the diagonal there. And that's all we need for that for now. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Fran. Now, we can fold these. All you're doing, I'm going to flip it over because my cut lines are that way. So I'm just folding it here, nice and even around. And we'll burnish that. And then this one this way. And burnish that. And then these, we're just going to pinch. I'll show you here. They go pinched upwards like so. So if you push that diagonal line down and this diagonal line down, and then just keep going until it pushes into a little square. Now make sure they're sort of pretty much lined up. If you've scored correctly, they should easily line up. And if you get your bone folder in here, you can burnish that down nice and flat. Go back around and do your edges with that as well. Make sure it's all nice and flat. And then it's just a matter of decorating. So this is how it's going to sit. Easy as. And you've got your measurements for all your mats. Now just make sure you put your ribbon on before you do anything. Now the ribbon is I'm going to do my front piece first. So we'll fold that inwards, and this is my front of my card. I've got the points and all these points down at the bottom, and then I've got the flat edge on the left side and the top side. So that's sitting that way. Now I'm going to put the ribbon here in the center, and it'll go here because we're going to put the other matten all over the top. So I'll just put a small piece of, I will just use our seal. Good morning, Lee from Adelaide. I'm just going to estimate where halfway is. It doesn't matter if it's not exactly in the middle. We'll line the second one up with the first one. Just overlap it in there, probably 1/2, 3/4 of an inch. You can cut this longer if you want a longer piece for a bow. But do that one first, so you know you've got your ribbon on. I had a workshop the other day and a couple of ladies forgot to put their ribbon on. So this is my front piece. I'm going to put that on there first. Just with some liquid glue will be fine. We'll take that little bit of set glue around the top. Now, I'll mention now about next week, seeing we've got a lot of ladies on. I won't be here next Saturday morning. We're going to Fraser. This is an unexpected holiday for a week. I've always knocked my hubby back going to Fraser. My brother owns a house on Fraser Island. I'm not sure of the new name of the island, but I still call it Fraser Island. We've got an invitation. He has a house over there and it's vacant for a week. So normally my hubby goes with his mate because they go fishing and stuff that I don't normally do. But I thought I'd go this time. So it's just the two of us. We're in the house over there. And so I won't be doing a live on Saturday morning. But I've decided, just so you don't miss out, I will do it on Friday evening. I'll put up the time the couple of days before when it's going up. And if you're free to watch. So it'll be Friday evening in the Southern Hemisphere, and it'll probably be Friday morning. If you're not available, the replay will be in the featured tab, so you can watch it from there. So that's our front piece. I'll continue on with that in a minute. Now we've got these. Now 2 of these mats we need to cut on the diagonal, and I'm going to cut them together. So we want top right to bottom left, same on both. So I'm going to put the 2 together and diagonally cut these. from top right to bottom left. I think even if you cut them the other way, you can always flip them over. It's not going to matter. So we'll put that in there. Track to track. When you're cutting from a point, start in the middle and go up and down so that you're not dragging your point when you do your point. And we'll cut the paper as well. And that's the inside. I'm going to use this side because it's a little bit brighter, and we want the same for that. And just remember, these were a tiny bit smaller, just to allow a bit more of a border around your mat with your mat. So they're going top right to bottom left. If you use directional paper, just make sure you get your directions the right way. You're probably better off to use non-directional paper. That's all for those. Now, as you'll see, we'll get this one out. My second piece of ribbon is going on this white section at the bottom. So I'll do that one first. That's this one down here. So we don't miss it and forget to put the ribbon on. So that's that one there. That's your writing panel down the bottom. You can swap those around and put your writing panel up there if you want, and put your other decorated one down here. You can decorate it with die cuts, anything you like. I tried to keep everything flat inside so that it's not too bulky. It is bulky the way, but then your envelope, you do your envelope so it fits comfortably in there anyway. You can buy envelopes. I've got one here, so I'll show you the one I've got. You can buy envelopes that size, but it would be nice that you can make your own. So that's going in there. And I'm going to just mark with a pencil where this one is going to sit. Where's my pencil? I did get one out here. So just on this back panel, about level with, I'm just eyeballing that, about there is halfway. I've got a little pencil mark there. Put a little bit of seal back on there. This is a brand new roll in this one because the other one just ran out. I'll put a fair bit there, so I wouldn't use liquid glue. It's not always that strong. And then just put that piece in there. For once we didn't forget the ribbon. I usually do, even though I tell my girls, don't forget your ribbon, because it's always got to be tucked under something, and if I do forget, I end up tying a bow and putting a bow on it somewhere to get out of that. And then, but if you want the ribbon to use as a shut, to make it shut, then don't forget the ribbon. So that goes there. And then when we line that up, we're going to tie a little bow at the side. It's not exactly level there, but it's not too bad. You won't notice it once the bow's done up. So that's that one. Good morning, Sue from Adelaide. We've got two ladies from Adelaide, Lee and Sue. So then it's just a matter of putting the rest of the pieces on. We can assemble these. So we've got one there. I'm putting them back in the same spot, and two there. And we've got these. Won't pick up. That one around, and then that on there, that on there, and those two. And this one will be the other front inside over here. That one will go up there. So you've got a bit of, I've got some greeting to put on the front as well. So we can put all those pieces together, and I shall chat about next week again. So as I said, I'll do it Friday evening. I've got one designed, so that's not a problem. Then we were coming home the following Saturday, but I conned my hubby into coming home Friday because it's not costing us anything. So we'll come home Friday. That way I can do my live the following Saturday on the Saturday morning. Then, I'm such a busy person, never got time to do anything. And my crafting comes first, except for the following Saturday, which is the 1st of March. I will be at a wedding. my granddaughter is getting married, and I would not miss it for the world. It's my oldest granddaughter, so I will be at a wedding. So I'll let you know next week or the week after if I'm doing one on that Saturday. Well, I won't be doing it on the Saturday. I may do it on the Friday night. I don't know yet. It depends on time-wise. But if not, if I don't do one at all, it'll just be the one I'll miss, and I'll see you the following Saturday. But I'll keep you updated through the weeks. It's just unexpected, this week's holiday, and it just threw me. But I thought, because I've just had 4 weeks holiday, I don't need another holiday. I'm nice and refreshed already. And over there, we've got internet now. We never used to have internet. It used to be you could only go if you went down on the beach or up to Happy Valley, which is a couple of K away. Go up there, you'd get internet up there. So, or if you went up on the hill next to the house, you could sometimes get internet up there. So it was pretty annoying, not annoying, but when you rely on the internet so much these days, it's a little bit difficult to get used to. But now they have internet, so I shall be able to do my crafting properly, because before I used to take everything prepped that I didn't have to look at something on the internet to do it. Now I can just go ahead, and also I won't be able to record a live. I can record a live, but it won't be crafting because I haven't got the apparatus that holds my camera up. There's nowhere to sort of set it up. So, but yes, I may chat to you in a live just to show you around the place. And down, I probably won't go down on the beach because of the dingoes. There's dingoes down there, and I don't go near the water because there's probably sharks in the water. My hubby will go fishing, but I'm not a fisherman or fisher person. So, but I shall keep you updated while I'm away. At least I can take lots of crafting stuff because we're not limited to, or sort of limited, but we have to take all our own food because there is a little shop up the road if you run out of milk or something, but it's quite expensive compared to the mainland, and you wouldn't buy too much at the shop. So we have to take everything, food, linen, bedding, all that sort of stuff. There's no microwave in the house. There's no TV. You can't use a hairdryer, only because they run on battery. It's like solar type things. And anything that gets heated up, like a microwave or any of those heating things, TV takes quite a bit. It drains the battery, so we're limited to, but there's still plenty to do without that. We play cards, we play games, so there's plenty to do. Sit and chat. My hubby sits and drinks. I said, I'm not drinking, I'm trying to lose weight for the wedding, which I've already done, but I don't want to put it all back on again. I lost 3 kilos in a week, or 3 weeks, so I won't be drinking, but he'll have a few beers every now and then. We were going to ask the neighbours next door to join us, but we've never shared with them before, so I wasn't sure whether that would work. So I said, we'll just go by ourselves. Just reading some comments. 6 p.m. Friday in Oklahoma. Where is Oklahoma? I'm in Yukon. I'm not sure where Yukon is. I've heard of Oklahoma. I don't know. Is Yukon in the US? I'm assuming it is. Thanks, Corinne. I do like this card. I'm excited to show you the little envelope too, which is really easy to do. So that's the inside done while I was busy chatting. I filled you in with all the upcoming news. Now the front, in here I'm leaving my butterflies for the front. That's going on the envelope. That's going on the envelope. And the front, I've just got this happy birthday here. And I've got a couple of butterflies. Me and my butterflies, love my butterflies. I'm just going to put a couple of those on. And I'll put this flat, only because there's bulk already. It doesn't need to be up. You could put it up on dimensionals if you wish, but I'm going to put mine flat, straight across the middle. I'll show you the sets that I've used in a minute, and I've got some embellishments as well. So just a little bit of glue up the body of my butterfly. His wings are going to sit up a little bit. And another one down the bottom. Next week's card that I've just, well, I knew what I wanted to do. I've designed it myself, so it's coming up next week. I did a sample one this morning, so I'm all set to go with that. So this part is going on the envelope, and so is that. So we'll just put a few embellishments on this one. These are a freebie item as well in the Celebration catalogue. Lots of freebies at the moment. They're purple adhesive back sequins. I'm going to use, they're more Berry Burst. I don't know whether they got where they got. I shall put them on my butterflies. That one's not really, oh, it'll do. We'll do a couple on the butterflies. That's a bigger one. They're a couple of different sizes. And I'll put some on the greeting because at least you can see them. I won't put it, I'll put them on the flower, even though it's a bit big for the flower. So that'll do on there. Just a little bit of sparkle on the front. We'll leave that aside. Now, our envelope. You can buy this size envelope, which is 4 3/4 square. 4 3/4. The card, when it's all folded up, is about 4 square. So this one, it does fit in one of these. You can buy that size, and you can see it does fit easily in there, and it doesn't have sort of the bulk, but because it's a bit bigger, it's going to easily fit in that one. So you can buy them if you don't want to make one. So we'll put that aside. Now, all I've got is the DSP that I showed you before, the two-tone one. I don't care which side I have. It's cut at, wherever I put those measurements, over here, it's 8 3/4 by 8 3/4. Now, this is how I got the envelope size. I measured here the width. I went to 4 1/4. 4 1/4. So it gave me a little bit extra. So the width was 4 1/4. Where am I? 5 3/4. No. 5 3/4. Why did I do that? It's 4 3/4. 4 1/2. 4 1/4. I don't know why I've got 6 3/4. I might cut this down. It should be, I know what I'm doing. I'm correct. You want the diagonal measurement, not the cross measurement. So it's 6 1/4. I've allowed a little bit extra. You want the diagonal measurement. Go a little bit extra, say 1/4 inch on each side. So it allows for the bulk. And if you go from there to there, it's about 6 inches, and I've gone to 6 1/4 just to give it a little bit of room. So you want the diagonal measurement that way. Then you add 1 inch. Now you can do this with any size card. Just measure the diagonal, add 1 inch. That's all you need to do. Even if it's a rectangle card, measure the diagonal on the rectangle and add 1 inch. So that's easy to do. So that makes that 6 3/4. Now I know why I'm confusing myself. So when you fold it, you're going to put it in the center on the diamond shape. You don't want it like that. You want it like this. and you're going to try and center it as much as you can so it's even measurements around the edge. You can always trim it back if it's not exactly straight, but you're going to put it like that, sit it there, then fold these pieces up, and you don't need to pull it too tight. Just give it a bit of a crease, more so in these corner bits here so you can see your crease. That will be tucked in after when we tie it up. Do each of the 4 sides. Bring it in like that, not too tight. Give a pinch down on those bits there, fold it back. 3rd side, fold it in, there and there. Give it a bit of a crease there. You're going to crease this properly when you take it off. Fold that back and fold that in. I've got the lighter side inside, the darker side out. Doesn't matter which way you do it. If you've got a patterned paper like this one, you'll end up seeing the 2 patterns on the... When I did that one, I forgot about having this paper, so it was it didn't matter which side I went. So that's that. Now you take that away and just re-burnish those with your bone folder on those folds, mainly on those creases on the outside. Fold all of those around and burnish. Looks like they're fairly even. So give it a nice crease that way. Now we're going to remove these little pieces. I'm just looking at who's on. Great card, we'll make this later. It's easy, the card. Thanks, May. Elizabeth, hello. Wendy, hi. It's got a couple of ladies from Adelaide. Nice to see you on. Now you're going to remove this little triangle on each side. These are all in the same spot on each side. If you do a rectangle card, the cuts will be in different spots all the way around, but it's exactly the same format doing for a rectangle card. Just measure your diagonal measurement across your diagonal of your card and then add an inch. Just add an inch total all the way around. So if this one was 4 3/4, and I added an inch to make it 6 3/4. If your card's 8 1/4, add an inch, which will give you 9 1/4, etc., etc. So just remove those little sections out of there, like that. I'm trying to remove the score line so it doesn't show, but you can always trim it again later if it's not exactly even. So I've removed those 4 little bits. Then if you put this back in here, this flips up. We'll push those in there. You can tie your bow. It's nice and fine, so it's not going to impede on the actual envelope. That one comes, we'll do side ones first, in there and in there. They're not exactly straight, but we'll fix that in a minute. That one will go up, which if you maneuver that around a bit, when we stick it down, it will fix, or I can trim that there. And then this one will come down. It's not perfectly straight here. If you want to measure so you get the card sitting perfectly straight on your envelope, I'm not too worried about that because I'm going to have a piece across here that flap goes into. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some tear and tape. Sometimes you have to trim. If that piece comes up over this point, trim that off. If it's a smaller card or a rectangle card, you may find that that piece comes up over the top. This one hasn't, so I don't have to trim anything. I'm going to corner round that little piece in a minute, but we shall, and that's not perfectly straight because I didn't have it exactly straight sitting on the paper when I folded it, but it's not a problem. So I'm going to put the tape there. Only needs it on these bottom pieces, and another one on that side. those down. Just lift that up. And then flip this back up. I'll just push that ribbon out to the side for now, out of the road, so it doesn't get stuck. We'll move it in under there, actually. It's in the road. It's very slippery ribbon. So I'm just putting this one up, that one over, whoops, that one over that one. And then this one, how about we put the two inner ones first, like so, and then that one up. Now, that's okay, but what I might do is just trim that down just on the angle, just to make it not so noticeable there. That's better, and you can't notice the cut, and that's going to come over anyway, so we can pop that back in there. I'd put it back in. See, I can see a score line here as well, so I'm just going to trim that little piece off. You can do all your trimming afterwards. That side's fine. I've got a corner rounder here, which I'm going to corner round that little end piece. That's not a necessity. If you want to, I don't know which one I want. I'll poke that in there, and we'll just corner around that little piece. Just tidies it off a little bit. I'll tie the bow on this, and I've gone sideways so it sits down flat in there, like so. This is the beauty of this fine ribbon. It's easy to tie a bow. You've got more than enough for your bow there. You can trim that if you need to. I'm going to leave it that length, except one side's a bit longer than the other. I'll trim that a little bit. Then we shall put that back in, like so. Tuck that in the back. It's a crinkled ribbon, this, so it doesn't matter if it crinkles up. And then this is coming down. Then I have cut this. I die cut this, same as that blue one, and I'm going to sit that across there. And I'm just going to put some glue down on the edges. Actually, I'm going to use a bit of tape because I want it to hold. Actually, I could use my seal because it's nice and strong. Not too far in. You want to give it a little bit of room, that you've got room to tie the flap in, and just sit it where you know your flap, the little envelope flap is going to sit, like so. Not very straight, but that'll do. That's fine. And then I've just got a little for you on the front. You could even stamp all of that before you fold it all in, and where you've got your measurement here already folded. You can stamp that. I'm not going to. You could decorate it with die cuts as well. I shall put it up on dimensionals on the front. My front's pretty plain. I didn't think about decorating the front, but you could do that later. It's not really one for posting because it's a little bit thick, but lovely as a gift card to put with a little gift for someone. That one will go in the middle for you, and we'll put some more embellishments on that one. And we're almost done. I'm not going to put them on the flowers here. I'll put them to the side. Two will do. Might just stick a couple out here. I don't like them in a row, so that will be fine because we didn't decorate the front, so we'll just put some of those on it. And that is it. Pretty easy. Thanks, Corinne. Thanks, Wendy. Good morning from Ontario. Late getting started, that's okay. I'll pin this video to the featured tab. So that's your little envelope. Easy as. Just remember to measure the diagonal of your card. Add a little bit for the bulk and then add an inch. So that's my card and that's my other card. We'll put the envelopes up there. So you can create your own envelope. Love everyone to have a go. Oh, I'll show you the sets that I use, which I forgot. I told you about the papers and all the freebie stuff. It's going to fall down. Beautiful butterflies. I got the hello for you and the butterflies that are on the front of that one. They're die cuts out of that one, which are in there. This is called Beautiful Butterflies. We've got these little dies, little butterflies. And these little flowers, they went nicely with this paper. That's these little ones in here. So I've done those on the just as a bit of decoration. And that's it. Thanks, Jenny. I'm sort of looking forward to going away, but it's so much packing up. When we went down the coast for 4 weeks, you just had to take a bit of food, but you didn't have to take so much stuff. Over there on the island, you've got to take everything, linen, the lot, and then you've got to clean it all up when you get home. You can wash over there, but for just a week I don't bother. Plus I have to bring the sheets home because we come home Friday and you haven't got time to wash them on the Friday. You've got to leave early in the morning to get home by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll worry about the clean up when we get back. I told hubby he's got to help clean up this time because I won't have time. Thanks, Jenny. I'd love to see you put it up when you're done. Thanks, Helen. I do love this one. It's nice and quick. Not so much quick, but it's simple to put together. You can't go wrong with this one. I think that's all. I'll keep you informed through the week with what's happening, but it'll definitely be Friday night, next Friday night for my live. I shall keep you posted on the time, and it'll probably be around 7 p.m. So anyone in the US, it's probably Friday morning. I'm not sure about everywhere else. Friday night will probably be 8 p.m. down south where they've got daylight saving. Thanks, Mary and Mary Stores and Mary Crane. Thanks very much. And I shall catch you all again next week for another live. Bye for now.